Yeah, I do plan on doing import reviews. Next month. Maybe. No, you're not allowed to ask questions about my movie. Alright guys, one at a time, please. I can only do one at a time. If you want any depth. Just, seriously, one at a time. Alright, let's see. Grid. Grid is a pretty kick-ass racing game. Shut the fuck up, Null! Grid is for me, I love it. I think it's like one of the greatest games out there right now. Because it's like, they took what was great about Dirt, but made it better for street racing. And it's got an interesting combination of simulation, but arcade racing going for it. Looks great. The sense of speed is there. And it's just an awesome game. At least rent it, give it a shot. I'll review that later on for the PC, but I'm sure the 360 and PS3 version are about the same. One at a time. I can scroll up. Maybe you guys can. I can. Let's see, who asked this second question? Who would you say is your favorite reviewer? Goes like this. Urinary Tree? Spoony? Wizwar? Lewis? Even though he really doesn't do reviews, I still watch his shit like a madman. And everybody else pretty much comes after that. I'm not a fan of some people. And I don't like overly angry video game reviewers, despite that being my thing. It's my thing because I'm angry for a reason. I'm not just cursing for endless, like, praise or trying to get noticed. I see too many fat fucks who have no lives curse into a mic non-stop calling good games bad. Sizzler, for example, or the Angry Nintendo Nerd XD. Why am I angry? Because I have to work for the public all fucking day, that's why. Imagine having to work at a police precinct and deal with civilians all damn day. Oh my god, the horse took a shit in the street. The mounted unit didn't clean it up. This is the disaster. Oh my god, a bird took a shit on my head. I want that bird shot. Oh my god, my neighbor's using up my dirt. Sir, he's blocking the fire hydrant on our block. A fire is imminent. Imagine getting 5 of those in a row every 5 minutes for the duration of 8 hours. And when you go to lunch and come back, if you get a lunch, it's worse. But I manage. Do I get calls with the irate gamer? No, I do not get calls with the irate gamer. Nobody in their right mind is going to call me and ask me about the irate gamer. Alright, let's see. What were some of the real questions asked? Let's see. You already played Metal Gear Solid 4 all the way through? Yes, I have, and I'm not spoiling it. Play it. If you don't got a PS3, I suggest you buy a PS3, because if you're not buying it for Metal Gear Solid 4 and you're not buying it for Uncharted and any of the other good games for it right now, you will be buying it when Little Big Planet comes out, because everybody, mark my words, everybody is going to want to play that fucking game when it comes out. Might look like kiddie stuff, but it's going to have replay value, the likes of which we haven't seen yet. As for Spore, Spore would be nice, if it ever fucking came out. It's supposed to come out 2 years ago, where the fuck is it? Civilization's hitting the console before Spore's coming out for the PC. Speaking of which, that's going to be great, so pick that up when that comes out. Little Big Planet is basically like, you can play with your friends, and you play these little creature things that you can fully customize and make your own content for. And then you make levels with your friends. Or by yourself. And run through them. And you could share online with each other. And it's really cool because you can control all their individual body parts if you want and change their expressions and things like that. It's like you can make old school platforming games to death and back, and the content will never get old because they'll keep updating and enhancing it, and you can make your own custom content, your own custom geometry, your own custom content, costumes rather. Watch the videos on YouTube about it and look at how much fun it looks like. Grown men are enjoying themselves on the stage, laughing their asses off. Trust me, Little Big Planet is going to be huge. The fact that it was delayed pisses just about everybody who owns a PS3 off right now. But it comes out in October this year, if I'm not mistaken. Well, think about the Forge in Halo 3. But think about it using organic substances to make everything. And the ability to modify everything. With no limits. At all. And I'm talking like William Shatner with all these pauses between the way I talk. Spock, beam him up to level 3. Well, imagine being able to make your own sick-ass platforming levels to play with your friends. With real physics and real dynamics. That put the ones in Half-Life 2 to shame. The ones that use the entire cell processor on the PS3 just to do the detailed animations and things they do. Metal Gear Online, very briefly. Alright, next real question. Don't ask stupid stuff. Ask good stuff. Come on. Why is Little Big Planet not coming to the UK? Because you never get anything. Next question! My shoe size? Shoe size? I don't know. I think 9.5. Alright, hold on. I see Soul Calibur 4. It needs to have more than Soul Calibur 3 did. It needs to have its ideas fleshed out, and I swear to God, if they don't expand on a storyline and give me some real storyline content to go on, I'm not even going to look at it. Because after that fucking mistake that Soul Calibur was on the Wii, which they didn't learn from, and now we're making a Castlevania fighting game for the Wii just like it. Yeah. Vader and Yoda being also being in it, that's just weird. It makes very little sense to me. Well, the Wii gets fucked. What do you want me to tell you? You were supposed to get a Soul Calibur game. We get some watered-down fucking third-person action game with horrible controls and no storyline whatsoever. Now you're supposed to get a Castlevania game. You're getting some shitty-ass fighting game that looks like it could have been done on a fucking Dreamcast in Generation 1. I got my PS3 for a number of games. As for Bourne Conspiracy, I like that game. Rock solid action game. And the counter moves are awesome, because you could do them not only with your fists and feet, but when you're armed with a gun, you could take guys out in slow-mo with the gun, too. If you like the movie, check out the game. Movies, rather. How am I doing so far with this? Oh, God. Listen, I shouldn't have to tell you about licensed games based on licensed properties like television shows or movies. 98% of the time, mark me on this, they fucking blow ass cheese. And yes, I played Psyops, which desperately deserves a sequel. That or Second Sight, one of the two. Either one, make a fucking sequel. Those were awesome. You know, they did a survey on gamers, and what they discovered is gamers are more likely to buy games with shorter titles, such as like Halo or Haze. When it comes to a title like Beyond Good and Evil or Psyops, the Mindgate Conspiracy, they're not going to buy that because it sounds too complex when you first look at it. This is true. This is an inner working of the brain here that's discovering how it functions with gamers. Psychonauts is another one. A lot of people couldn't even pronounce the title. Shame, that was a great game. Rare exception is something like Indigo Prophecy, which has such a catchy title and it has kind of a mystery behind it, and the case doesn't really tell you much, that it'll either grab you or you're going to completely ignore it. Boom blocks? Yeah, nice tech demo. Give me a fucking game. Operation Darkness? I didn't think that came out yet. Anyway, I can't buy anything right now. I gotta pay bills just like everyone else, I'm sure. I just got the PS3. I dropped the extra money on the Eye of Judgment that wasn't involved in the trade-in with the Wii, then I traded that in. I bought Lair so I could review that. Shoot me now, please. I didn't scam you out of anything. This shit's for your site. You think I want to fucking play Lair?